Unit 1, Renaissance music. 4. Religious vocal music. In the Renaissance, music became divided as a result of the Protestant Reform. Martin Luther broke with Rome in 1519, as it didn't share some of the behavior patterns of the Vatican Church. 4.1. Protestant music. Martin Luther was a great lover of music, and he believed that music should be used to educate people and indoctrinate them. The most important changes of Protestant music were use of German in religious celebrations. Luther thought that it was very important that people understood the liturgy and even people could participate singing. This was not possible if the celebrations were in Latin, because it was the language of the Church, not the language of the people. Avoid complex polyphony. If the texture is very complex, it's impossible to understand the text. They want to use music to educate people and indoctrinate them. Luther created a new musical form, the Lutheran chorale. It was the most important genre of the Protestant Church. This form is a simple composition, often based on popular melodies, written for 4 voices, sung in German and with a homophonic texture. All the voices had the same rhythm. The most important composers were Johann Walther, 1496 to 1570, and Martin Luther, 1483 to 1546. Now, we're going to listen to an example of Protestant religious music, Joseph Lieber, Joseph Mine, by Johann Walther. Pay attention because it's sung in German with an homophonic texture. It's a Lutheran chorale. In England, King Henry VIII also separated from the Church of Rome and created the Church of England. From this moment, the Anglican Church developed a new musical form called anthem, a motet for 4 voices, which was sung during liturgical celebrations. 4.2. Catholic music. As a result of the Protestant Reform, the Catholic Church celebrated the Council of Trent, 1545 to 1563, where they tried to establish the guidelines for the new Catholic Church. The most important decisions that affect music were: continue to use Latin in their celebrations. They thought that it was a sign of Christian unity. This rule will remain in effect until the Council of Vatican II, 1962 to 1965. Avoid complex polyphony. They used a less complex polyphony. It was not possible to understand the religious texts, and remember that the main purpose of religious music was to convey the Christian message. Profane songs were forbidden inside the church. They are sacred territories in which you should only play religious music. The most important genres of Catholic religious music were motet and the Mass. The motet. This is a polyphonic a cappella composition, with text in Latin, with a dramatic and imitative character, for 3, 4 or sometimes even more voices. Mass. It was the result of the union of all parts of the liturgy, Kyrie eleison, Gloria, Credo, Sanctus and Agnus Dei. In order to understand the text, it used a less complex polyphonic texture and many adornments were eliminated. They usually sang the masses a cappella or at the most accompanied by the organ. The most important composers were Giovanni Pierluigi da Palestrina, 1525 to 1594, Orlando de Lasso 1531 to 1594, and the Spanish Cristobal Morales, 1500 to 1553, and Tomás Luis de Victoria, 1548 to 1611. Now, we're going to listen to an example of Catholic religious music, Resnet in Laudibus, by Orlando di Lasso. Pay attention because it's sung in Latin with an polyphonic texture. It's a motet.